Renee Seiler. U.S. military commanders in Iraq promised to hunt down the men responsible for the brutal murders of 4 American civilians. We'll have a live report from Baghdad.
I'm Hannah Storm with the President's National Security Advisor, Condoleezza Rice, set to testify next week before the 9/11 Commission. A new poll finds many people think the White House is hiding something. We'll have all the latest.
And I'm Harry Smith. What actually happened to Audrey Sealer? Police are still talking to the formerly missing college student, trying to fill in the holes in her story. We'll have details early this Friday morning, April 2nd, 2004.
From CBS News, Harry Smith, Hannah Storm, Julie Chen, and Renee Seiler bring you The Early Show.
Starting up a brand new day.
Live from Fifth Avenue in New York City.
Thinking in a brand new way.
Good morning and welcome to The Early Show. Julie, bless her heart, is still on vacation.
And Dave Price, with all this dreary weather, he's in the Bahamas working, and he'll be along just a few minutes.
What is wrong with this picture? And the three of us are here. We have lots of news to get to this morning. First, we want to get right to our top story. As we mentioned, U.S. forces in Iraq are preparing to strike back for the brutal deaths of 4 American security consultants on Wednesday. CBS News correspondent Kimberly Dozier is live in Baghdad with the latest. Good morning, Kimberly.
Good morning, Hannah. There have been further attacks this morning. A soldier's been killed and another injured by a roadside bomb. And a U.S. Marine was killed near Fallujah, where the contractors lost their lives. U.S. Marines and Iraqi police remain on the outskirts of Fallujah for now. U.S. officials say a plan is underway to find, capture, or kill those responsible for the murder and desecration of 4 American civilians, ambushed as they drove through town.
We are not going to do a pell-mell rush into the city. It's going to be deliberate, it will be precise, and it will be overwhelming.
In Fallujah itself, the wreckage of the contractor's car has been hauled away. Their remains were retrieved by Iraqi police and turned over to U.S. forces. Many people here are still defiant, promising to deal more death to other Americans. There was anti-American sentiment, too, here in Baghdad. Less violent, but with hatred in equal measure. Thousands of Iraqis gathered outside the main U.S. headquarters to rail against the occupation. These followers of a radical sheikh warn if they go unheeded, they too may pick up arms and fight. The U.S. Marines newly arrived in Fallujah had hoped to open dialogue and foster a sense of community with local townspeople. For now, it looks like that will be replaced by the language of force. Kimberly Dozier, CBS News, Baghdad.
Meanwhile, in Jerusalem, new violence this morning at a familiar flashpoint. Israeli police stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque after worshippers barricaded themselves inside. Police say they were going after hundreds of Palestinians who were throwing stones. And as we noted, President Bush's national security advisor will testify next Thursday before the independent panel investigating the 9/11 attacks. And her much-anticipated appearance could have tremendous implications for the upcoming election. CBS News White House correspondent Bill Plant has more. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Hannah. It sure could have implications for the elections, and that's why the White House is taking it so seriously. The commission is going to want to ask Dr. Rice what the Bush administration did about the threat of al-Qaeda before 9/11. And as a new CBS News poll shows, Americans are already very skeptical. Although most people believe that the White House has cooperated with the 9/11 Commission, a large majority, 7 in 10, thinks the Bush administration is hiding or lying about what it knew about the threat prior to 9/11. The people in our survey blame both the Bush and the Clinton administrations, as well as the nation's intelligence services, saying that no one paid enough attention before the attacks. The White House responded to a published report that Dr. Rice had been scheduled to give a speech on national missile defense on the day of the 9/11 attacks, suggesting that missile defense would be the centerpiece of the president's national security policy, not fighting terrorism.
You're talking about one speech. I think you need to look at the actions and concrete steps that we were taking to confront the threat of terrorism.
The problem for Mr. Bush, most people believe that the president can do something about terrorism. And President Bush's numbers, both on handling terrorism and overall job approval, are down, though not dramatically. Although the president's opponent, Senator John Kerry, has been out of action for most of the last couple of weeks, the election remains a neck-and-neck horse race. And campaign strategists say it's likely to remain that way, too close to call for at least the next couple of months. Anna?
CBS's Bill Plant at the White House. Thank you. A 9-year-old girl kidnapped in a wealthy Seattle suburb has been dramatically rescued, and a man is in custody. Reporter Lowell Deo is in Mercer Island, Washington, with details. Good morning, Lowell.
Good morning, Hannah. A 9-year-old Mercer Island girl has quite the tale to tell her classmates this morning. She was the subject of a kidnapping and high-speed car chase here yesterday, right from this exclusive suburb that's just east of Seattle. She was kidnapped from a school bus stop at about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Now, what followed was a ransom demand to the girl's father. He alerted police, who gave chase. That's when they noticed the little girl was in the alleged suspect's car. They say they noticed her when they showed up to look for a suspect at a drop point. The chase lasted just under an hour, at times reaching 100 miles an hour. It came to an abrupt ending when the suspect was finally caught. An FBI spokesperson explains what happened.
Once we could see that it wasn't going to end anytime soon, we reached out to Washington State Patrol, and they put down their spikes across the road just a short distance from here. And he drove over that and blew his tires.
We don't know how much money was in the ransom demand or even if the girl knew the suspect, but we do know she was returned unharmed. Now, authorities aren't releasing the identities of the girl or the suspect, who's at the King County Jail right now, but you can bet there's a family right here in Mercer Island that's just glad to have their little girl home. Lowell Dale for CBS News, Mercer Island, Washington.
In Madison, Wisconsin, police are chasing clues in the reported abduction of a college student. Parts of the case remain a mystery. Early Show national correspondent John Frankel is in Madison. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Hannah. Well, that's right. Many people here in Madison are puzzled by this case, but the police say they have no reason to believe that Audrey Sealer made up this story. But they spent a lot of time questioning the student because there are still many unanswered questions.
Like in any other major investigation, there may be inconsistencies, but we are continuing forward with this investigation.
Police insist they are still hunting for a suspect near where Audrey Sealer was found. But the alleged perpetrator is proving to be an elusive figure in Madison. The department released this composite sketch of a man whom Audrey says abducted her Saturday morning and held her captive for 4 days. But the mystery lingers as people try to make sense of her bizarre disappearance and reappearance.
Some of the story just doesn't add up. Some of the pieces just don't add up. And yes, I am suspicious of that.
Steve Watson is a private investigator familiar with the case and the Madison Police Department.
The police could certainly come out and say, we don't believe that this happened. But there's only one person that truly knows if this is a hoax, and that's Audrey.
After interviewing Audrey Thursday, police are offering few details. But the local CBS affiliate reported the woman who called 911 after seeing her in the marsh says Audrey claimed she goes to the marsh to relax. And the woman added she also saw Sealer on Monday and Tuesday.
It is not our role or the role of police department to speculate on the outcome of an investigation until it has been completed.
Police say that usually in an abduction case, there's one piece of evidence that they can grasp onto and follow it fairly quickly. Right now, they don't have that evidence, but the search continues. Hannah?
A mystery. CBS's John Frankel, thank you. Meanwhile, in Virginia, a retired trucker and his wife are on the road to riches. JR and Peggy Triplett claimed the $239 million Mega Millions jackpot. They waited more than a month after the drawing. Well, they got tax and financial advice.
I'm going to spend it somewhere, so I don't know, probably in real estate, invest a lot of it. I'm going to spend it wisely, I'll put it that way.
I'm going to shop till I drop.
How do you like that for honesty? Their prize is the second biggest U.S. jackpot ever for a single winner. Love that. Meanwhile, in California, there is a pretrial hearing today in Michael Jackson's child molestation case. Jackson will not be there as he continues his tour of Washington, D.C. Last night, he was honored at the Ethiopian embassy and given a golden elephant for his work in fighting AIDS in Africa. Today, Jackson visits a D.C. high school. And time now for our first check of the weather. We're going to the beach in the Bahamas where poor Dave Price is hanging out, I'm sure, on a legitimate business trip. Right, Dave?
Absolutely. In fact, Hannah, the more and more I think about it, Tom Fenton and I have a lot in common. I guess this makes me a foreign correspondent. I want to show you the latest two CBS news gathering vehicles. Do you like this? We are here actually at the Bahamian Weather Conference and ducking in on over 100 weather guys who have popped in here to take a look at what's happening around the country weather-wise this season. And of course, I'm going to do some SPF research. The maps at this point look really nice in parts of the country. Midwest looks okay, and California looks okay at this point. Now that's a look at the national map. Here's what's going on in your area.
Well, good Friday morning. Take a look outside. Absolutely gorgeous out there. Blue skies, hardly a cloud in the sky. And it is going to stay that way for the next several days. Temperatures warming up more so than yesterday at 66 degrees and pushing 70 as we head into the weekend. Saturday, mostly sunny skies. A couple more clouds on Sunday. Shouldn't be a big deal. Still a gorgeous day to head outside in the mid-60s. A little bit cooler as we head into your work week next week. And our next best chance for rain will be on Thursday.
We'll see you again in just about half an hour. Back to you, Harry.
Thanks very much, Dave. It is difficult to forget the disturbing images of the 4 American civilians who were killed in Iraq on Wednesday and then mutilated by an angry mob. One of the murdered civilians was Michael Teague, who had served 12 years in the United States Army. Two of his closest friends are Sergeant John Ratliff and Brian Stewart, and they join us this morning. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, Harry. How you doing? Harry?
Good. Brian, let me first, if you will, please pass on our condolences to the family. How is the family holding up?
They're doing as well as be expected right now.
This must be a tremendous trial for them. Sergeant, let me ask you a couple of questions with regard to Michael's death and the way he was treated in Fallujah. When you saw those pictures, what was your reaction?
Harry, it was very disturbing, as it would be, you know, just seeing it for anyone. At this time, you know, it's very difficult, and it's something that, you know, really you don't want to see happen to anyone.
Yeah. Surely Michael was aware of the dangers over there. Does it surprise you that a soldier as well trained as he was could end up in a situation like that?
In my opinion, Mike was caught in a situation to where he couldn't do anything for himself or his counterparts that was with him. And from, you know, the videos that we have seen, that is clearly what happened. If Mike could have been in a situation to where he could have did something, I know Mike would have done everything within his power to ensure the safety of him and the 3 other members that was with him.
Let me ask you a question, Brian. Has the family learned any more details about what happened there from the Blackwater Security Company?
No, sir, not that I know of. Everything that has to do with Blackwater goes through their PIO officer.
Uh-huh. And this, I think, needs to be pointed out because so many of these guys who are serving over there in these security capacities are well-trained former U.S. servicemen. His wife described him as a proud father, soldier, and a proud American. Let me ask you this, Brian. How are you going to remember Michael T.?
Mike was a dear friend of mine. I'm sorry. He, not only was he a great father, he was a great husband. He loved to serve his country, and you could ask for no better warrior than Mike Teague.
Sergeant, do you remember what Michael talked to you about before he went over there?
He told me to promise to take care of his wife and his son because he didn't know what he was getting into. He knew, but it's rough over there.
It is rough over there. Sergeant, any final thoughts from you as we get ready to wrap up here about Michael?
As Brian stated, Mike was a warrior. Mike had been deployed from February of 2003 to December of 2003 in Afghanistan. And he knew what he was getting into. But Mike didn't feel as if he had accomplished what he wanted to accomplish while he was there. And he wanted to go back and help as many people as he could, because that was Mike Teague, always wanting to help and lend a hand and do anything he could for anyone.
There you go. Sergeant John Ratliff, Brian Stewart, we thank you for your time this morning. Do take care.
Thank you.
January 2006. Look at it. Put it in perspective. Over 20 months from now. That's how long you could wait to make your first payment on the beautiful Wicks furniture you buy right now. It seems incredible. It is incredible. Put just 10% down. There's no payments and no interest until January 2006. No interest adding up. No interest period until January 2006. Minimum purchase $300. The real deal. Now at Wicks Furniture.
Next week, all these years, they never knew how they were conceived. Two sisters and the shocking news that changed their lives forever on the fastest-growing network morning news program, The Early Show.
My life goal is to indicate that the Baker family actually owns a bar of soap.
If you think your family is weird, think again.
It might be fun to babysit together.
They set me on fire.
12 kids?
You guys popping out another one anytime soon? He's the winner. I have brought my work home with me.
Bring home the year's biggest comedy, cheaper by the dozen. Buy it on DVD Tuesday.
Hell, he's hungry.
Now there's a non-drowsy medicine that lets you breathe again. Alivert Allergy and Sinus relieves sinus pressure, runny nose, and nasal congestion. Breathe again with Alivert Allergy and Sinus. The right relief, wherever you are.
I'm up, but this arthritis.
The moment of choice. Tylenol or Advil for arthritis pain.
Advil's my choice.
Advil liquid gels rush long-lasting relief where you need it. Gentle in your stomach, too. For fast relief, advance to Advil.
I've got the morning off. I'm not the gentlest thing in the room for a change.
The silky feel of Cottonelle Aloe and E toilet paper, or a gentle touch.
That felt good. Well, if you can't beat them, join them.
Cottonelle, looking out for the family.
Heartburn?
No, thanks.
No?
It's a texture thing.
A texture thing?
Too chalky.
This is different.
Smooth dissolve?
It takes care of that texture thing and the heartburn thing.
Tub Smooth Dissolve, fast relief, silky texture.
This spring, color that fits at Sears. This week's spring fashions are on sale, so hurry in. Sears, good life, great price.
Welcome back to The Early Show. I'm Harry Smith.
And I'm Hannah Storm. Coming up on Health Watch, a strong warning for people who take certain dietary supplements.
Consumer Report says they can actually be quite dangerous to your health. That's coming up in our next half hour. But first, here's Renee.
All right, guys, thanks. As we've been reporting, police in Madison, Wisconsin say they're still looking for a suspect in the mysterious 4-day disappearance of a college student. Audrey Sealer says she was abducted at knife point outside her off-campus apartment. But police admit there are many unanswered questions surrounding the case. Barry Adams is a reporter for the Wisconsin State Journal in Madison. Good morning.
Morning.
Not only do they admit that there are many unanswered questions in this article that you wrote for the Journal, they also say that it's highly unusual that there is this utter lack of evidence, of anything for them to grab onto in terms of finding how or what may have happened to Audrey. What does that say to you?
Says there's still a lot of unanswered questions. The majority of the people who are abducted know their attacker or their abductor. So that raises questions right there. So there's tons of questions, and we have a 4-day gap of information, of a lack of information that we're trying to fill in here. Nobody seems to know except Audrey.
But now police are being very cautious in what they're saying about this and the wording of this, and we're not certainly here to jump to any conclusions, but nonetheless, police are now calling this a reported abduction. Do you think they doubt her story? Is that what you're getting from this?
I don't know if they doubt her story. I think they're being very methodical about how they approach the investigation. I just think they're taking their time.
But you're a seasoned crime reporter, and you've covered this story since day one. Is it unusual for police to release so little information about a case?
I think part of the problem is that they don't have a lot of information, so I think that might be part of the problem. And they had an extensive interview with her yesterday. How that went, we don't know. We don't know what information she gave them. Now, they did release a composite sketch, but, you know, I just don't know how much information they were able to get out of her.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me a little bit about the mood in and around Madison, because, of course, late last week and over the weekend, we saw all of these volunteers who dropped what they were doing. They came out to try and find Audrey Seeler. Then when she was found, we heard all of these people who were just overjoyed that she'd been found safe and sound. Are people there still relieved, or are they starting to wonder now what's going on here?
Well, I think the people in Rockford, Minnesota, who are tremendous people, they came down by the carloads down here to Madison, and they jammed that hotel over here when she was found, and it was just an incredible scene. You know, the people here, and they're very happy that she's safe. I mean, I think that's the key in this. You know, Audrey's safe, but the question now is what happened. And the people here in Madison and other parts of the country probably are saying, what happened, and you know, is she making it up? Did this really happen?
Is there a level of skepticism?
I mean, those are the questions that are out there.
Is there a level of skepticism, though, among people there?
I suppose, sure. I mean, you know, you talk to people on the street, and they say, you know, did this happen? But, you know, it's human nature, I guess. I mean, until we get some evidence, you know, the rumor mills are going to fly, and that's just what happens in these kind of cases until we get more information.
All right. Barry Adams of the Wisconsin State Journal. Thanks. You're watching The Early Show on CBS.
This portion of The Early Show sponsored by Meow Mix. Tastes so good, cats ask for it by name.
This is take 63. Meow, meow, meow. We're going to wrap for today.
With great taste and natural ingredients, Meow Mix Hairball Control Formula helps control hairballs before they start. Meow, 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 meow. Meow Mix. Tastes so good, cats ask for it by name.
Are you ready for a rip roar and good time?
Yeah, pretty much. What?
Home on the Range is Disney at its best.
Go back, kiss my fit.
Critics are calling it first-rate family fun. One of Disney's finest.
This town rocks.
Utterly hilarious.
Say, girls.
God, Milk. It's 110% pure fun.
We have a farm to save.
Maybe we can help you. Extremely entertaining. Great fun. Great heart. It's
awesome.
Walt Disney Pictures presents Home on the Range, rated PG. Now in theaters.
Who put this here?
What do you call a sale that gives you free chocolate and delicious savings? Sweet. The JCPenney Sweet Sale. Saturday only. Treat yourself to surprise savings of 30, 35, or 40% off. How sweet is that? JCPenney.
Pick it up. You know what, dude? I've had just about enough of you. I've practically carried you up this mountain. Yeah, right. Who forgot their water bottle? Say one more thing. And you'll do what? I swear. Let's see what you got, mountain boy. Come on! Bring it! Come on!
You see, that's what we need around here, teamwork. Because remember, nobody succeeds unless everybody succeeds.
Motivational posters and everything else you need to do your thing at Office Max.
It's the beautiful morning.
I was never one to sleep in. And even with my arthritis, I still look forward to going to school. The kids always ask me, Mrs. Shepard, how come we hardly ever have a substitute? And I say, you think there's a substitute for me?
Vioxx relieves arthritis pain, stiffness, and inflammation. Just one pill, once a day, can provide lasting 24-hour relief. So you can have nights with less pain and mornings with less stiffness. People with allergic reactions such as asthma to aspirin or other arthritis medicines should not take Vioxx. In rare cases, serious stomach problems such as bleeding can occur without warning. Tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney disease or a history of heart attack, angina, or a blocked artery in your heart. Ask your doctor about Vioxx for the relief of arthritis, pain, and stiffness. and find out if a free sample is right for you. Vioxx, for everyday victories.
Family Connection. Real issues and real solutions for Northwest families. News that's to the point. This is a KOIN 6 News Morning News Update.
And good Friday morning, everyone. I'm Dave Erickson. It's now 7:25. Katie Baker has your forecast in just a moment. First, team coverage of your morning commute. Ron O'Brien in Portland. Trooper Garvin March across the river in Clark County. Good morning, Trooper Gar.
Good morning. Well, we're going to have some traffic problems here this morning. We're still stacked up southbound I-5 from about 63rd Street all the way down to the Interstate Bridge. So expect a big delay over here. If you could take 205 and won't take you too far away, might be a good idea. Trooper Gar for KOIN 6 News here. Ron O'Brien with Portland traffic.
Yeah, that slowdown out of Vancouver stays that way down to the Marine Drive exit on I-5 southbound. They're bringing it to the Expo Center. A good portion of the traffic headed that way. Other lanes loosen up south of the bridge and it's lighter than usual through Delta Park. I-84, we had a momentary wreck inbound after the exit. It has cleared, but it's stacked up now. 205 still down to near Providence Medical Center. After that, pretty good shape towards the west end. I-5 north, flowing into Wallaton. Pretty busy, though, out of Tigard. 99W as you come up the hill there from Tigard past Capitol Highway. And then picks up after Taylor's Ferry. Looks good in the curves. Sunset Highway, slow down inbound from the Cornell exit all the way in past 217, part way up the hill. Ron O'Brien, KOIN 6 News. Back to you, Dave.
Thanks, Ronnie. A funeral has been set for the man who was shot and killed by Portland police on Sunday. James Jahar Perez will be buried tomorrow. The service is at the Maranatha Church on Northeast 12th and Skidmore. Here's the address. It begins at 11 a.m. And a rally is planned for Sunday at 5 p.m. in front of the Downtown Justice Center. It's being organized by the Coalition of Black Men. The group hopes this rally will be a chance for people to vent without violence. Our next live news update's coming up at 7:55. Your forecast first with Katie Baker is next.
Planning a move, whether it's across the street or around the world, call the experts at Bluebird Moving and Storage. Family owned and operated for 75 years for home or office moving. One call does it all. Bluebird Moving and Storage.
Once we're married, you're not going to need this place.
Uh-huh.
My apartment's nicer anyway.
Yeah. But how are we going to fit all my stuff over there? Never mind. I'll take care of it.
Now pay just $1 for the first month's rent. Call Public Storage at 1-800-44-STORE and pay just $1. 1-800-44-STORE.
Right now at Key Home Furnishings in Lake Oswego, we're finishing our end-of-winter clearance sale. Our everyday low prices are guaranteed to be the best prices for up to 30 days after you make your purchase. Better than department stores, outlet stores, or even liquidation sales. And right now, we are offering an additional 30 to 70% off those low prices on hundreds of items store-wide. Like a sofa you would compare at for over $1,000 will now cost you under $400. But don't wait. Hurry in. Discover the difference at Key Home Furnishings. Thank you.
It's March Madness at Northwest Jeep, the West #1 Jeep dealer, with Jeep Wranglers for just $149 per month, Jeep Liberties for just $199, or the luxurious Jeep Grand Cherokee for just $259 per month. All with just $1,000 cash down. Where the Northwest goes for Jeep, Northwest Jeep.
Good morning. Beautiful blue skies out there, and you can see Mount St. Helens off in the distance. It is going to be a gorgeous day out there. Temperatures warming up to 66 degrees. Looking at clear skies, temperatures a little chilly out there for this morning, but we'll warm up to 66 and then close to 70 for tomorrow. Look for more sunshine for the second half of your weekend and more sunshine next week.
As your family grows, so do their needs. Is your life insurance coverage keeping up? To help you be absolutely sure, talk to someone who's seen a few changes themselves.
Where you live, where you live.
For life insurance, call your State Farm agent.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Trailer and fifth wheel buyers, Valley RV Center in McMinnville is making RV ownership more affordable than ever. New travel trailers start at just $139 a month. New fifth wheels, $159 a month. Come see us, Valley RV Center. You make the drive, we'll save you a ton of money.
Home and Dining Collections in Salem is celebrating the dramatic expansion of their store. Experience full room groupings before you buy. Select from a new, larger collection of Stylecraft motion furniture. Home and Dining Collections, just off I-5 at Lancaster and Highway 22.
Michael's X and
Janet, have you ever heard of a turtleneck?
Max TT.
I'm a better player than Jerry. You are. I think you're stronger in the challenges than Jerry. So how are you going to get us convinced to dip up for Jerry? Do I get down on my knees and beg?
Whisper, whisper, whisper. You know, it's always something bad when they're talking low. Yeah. After being forced to switch tribes last night on Survivor All-Stars, Amber made a power play that ended the game for her former Outback tribe mate, Jerry Mancy. Jerry will be here in our next hour to talk about the big double cross. Yeah, last night I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, I thought for sure Amber was on the way out.
Well, Boston Rob was pulling the strings for Amber.
You know what?
He's controlling the game.
I was really kind of disappointed in him. I thought he was tougher. But
that's what love will do to you, though.
The Godfather cried last night. All right, also in this half hour, we're going to talk with a couple who escaped a tremendous fireball. See there in the car on the left? Look at these people. Holy, get out, honey, get out of the car.
Wow.
Man. Well, they're going to be on TV this morning. They're going to tell us what it was like to have that inferno burst all around us.
Wow, those pictures are unbelievable. Also, we're going to get details about a lawsuit filed against the Hooters restaurant chain. Women applying for jobs at a Hooters in California claimed that they were secretly videotaped changing into the trademark Hooters outfit.
And in Health Watch, we'll tell you about a dozen supplements on the market that may be dangerous to your health and in some cases deadly. First, though, Dave has another check of the weather from the Bahamas. And, oh, gosh, you know what? I don't think you should be paid for today because you're being paid in liquid sunshine.
I've been working nonstop since I got here. And, of course, what we're witnessing right now is Bahamian rush hour. I wanted to give you really a sneak peek at what goes on, actually, during the early morning hours. It's very tough stuff. This is Bahamian Junkanoo music you're listening to, everyone. Spring is coming, and it's right here on Grand Bahama Island right now, everyone. Take a look. Now, this is how to wake up in the morning, huh? Let's check the map, see what's going on all over the USA today as we begin our day together, everyone. Here's the deal. It looks like it is getting much colder and much more soggy in the southwest. 50-degree drop in temperatures, maybe even some snow in some higher elevations over the next 2 days. Nationally, again, the southwest gets west, and Florida looks like it's going to be in the 60s and 70s from the northern panhandle to southern Florida. Midwest looks real nice. That's a look at your national map, everyone, as we enjoy more Bahamian music. Now, here's an early look at what's going on in your area.
Good morning. Welcome to your Friday. It is an absolutely gorgeous day out there. Blue skies as far as you can see. We are going to have a little bit of a breeze, but overall, very warm and very sunny for your Friday. 66 degrees for our daytime high. Those winds out of the northeast in between 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, it's not going to be quite as cold as we've had it the last couple of nights. Temperatures will dip down into the mid to upper 40s. Clear skies, a lot of stars for you to enjoy, and more sunshine as we head into the weekend.
All right, again, we're down in the Bahamas, and in case you didn't realize it, I'm here for technical work with respect to meteorology. We're at the Bahamian Weather Conference. Over 100 weather people from all around the country talking about what to expect this hurricane season. And in the next hour, we're actually going to have Max Mayfield on, and he's going to talk about how many named storms we have and what the possibility is for hurricanes hitting the coast of the United States. And that's important stuff, so we'll let you know that in the next hour. In the meantime, we'll send it back to you in New York. I got to do some more work right here in the Bahamas. Guys?
Thanks very much, Dave. Very serious. Very serious there in the Bahamas. Appreciate it. Got a good story to tell you. Take a look at this. Aaron and Amy Montagna were filling up at a gas station in Kittery, Maine over the weekend when a fireball erupted around their car. You've seen these pictures. The whole thing was caught on tape. A man accused of driving drunk plowed his pickup into a gasoline pump just a couple of feet away from their car, causing a massive explosion. As you see, the couple barely managed to jump out of their car and escape, and Aaron and Amy are with us this morning. How are you doing today?
Very good.
Okay,
happy.
thanks.
Yeah, everybody who sees these pictures say, oh my gosh, and then look at the people in that car. Did you see the car coming, Aaron? Now, were you both in the car? Who was where when it first happened?
ago?
I was sitting in the car, and I did see actually the truck coming down the road out of the corner of my eye. I was kind of watching him.
But Aaron, were you outside pumping gas? Is that how we see that there?
Yeah, I was outside pumping gas, and I heard a truck coming a little too quick to pull in for gas.
Yeah.
And that's when it happened.
Man, and it just explodes like that? I mean, was there any split section or just, wow?
It was instant explosion, and it doesn't give you any time to think. First thing you think is you run.
And so, now did you try to get a warning then to Amy there?
Yeah, it's hard to see in the video, but you can't even see me once the explosion goes off, but
right.
I did knock on the glass to tell her to get out, honey. And then I sort of waved her on.
Oh, there you can see you kind of hesitant by the car trying to communicate with Amy inside. Now, Amy, this thing blows. Your husband's screaming at you to get out of the car. Did you have your seatbelt buckled?
I did have my seatbelt on. And I did see what was going on behind me. I was kind of looking. I saw the impact, and I couldn't see Aaron. I was kind of panicking, and just a million things were going through my mind at the time. And just, I never really knew what the phrase meant, your life flashed before your eyes, but now I kind of understand that a little bit better. It really does happen, and I struggled to find the handle to the car, and finally I did get out, and just as I got out, you can see it exploded again.
Yeah. Wow. Did it feel like time had stopped? I mean, people talk about it in a situation like that where everything just freezes and goes into slow motion. How hard was it to get that buckle undone?
It was really hard. I almost forgot how to unbuckle and how to open the door. I'm surprised I didn't try to roll down my window and climb out my window. I just wasn't thinking straight at all. I was thinking about my kids. I was so grateful that they weren't there, and I was just really praying that I would get out in time. I thought the pump next to us that my husband had been pumping at was going to go at any second, and I thought that the car that I was in was going to go. I was never going to get out. So honestly, I was kind of just coming to grips with that, that I might not get out.
Because you have little children, and normally they'd been strapped in the back, right? And imagine trying to get them out. My gosh, so fortunate. But also, on the other hand, what an amazing these devices. You always see those devices hanging from those canopies in a gas station. They worked brilliantly, didn't they? I mean, that was quite amazing.
Yeah, it was almost like a smoke detector. Yeah. And I don't know if the man inside the 7-Eleven had to push a button for those to come down, but they worked very well to subdue that fire until the firefighters got there.
Wow.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse than it really was had that not been working properly.
There were still explosions that went off too after that, but that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You guys have a good news story to tell, that's for sure, and we sure appreciate you being along with us this morning to tell everybody across the country what went on there. Take care, and continued good luck to you, Aaron and Amy. Take care. Be well.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Now here's Hannah.
What a story. Thanks, Harry. Up next, why prospective Hooters employees are suing the popular chain. And later, we'll think pink and celebrate 40 years of one very cool Hollywood cat. And the latest survivor to leave the All-Star edition, Jerry Manthey, is in this morning, too. This is The Early Show on CBS.
Coin 6 News is news that's to the point. But what does that mean for you?
It means bringing you new information and not repeating the same facts.
It's how we tell the stories. We cut to the chase, spending only the time that's needed to give you the important details.
To the point means complete coverage of the issues that affect you, giving you the whole story quickly.
More news with no fluff. Weeknights at 5, 6, and 11. Coin 6 News. News that's to the point.
We made a double special purchase.
A Sealy Posturepedic or a Simmons Beauty Rest Pillow Top Queen Set for just $5.99.
That's right, a Posturepedic or Beauty Rest Pillow Top Queen Set for just $5.99.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
The Estates at Parrot Mountain, Portland's last estate-sized acreage. The Estates is an exclusive gated community with spectacular views of wine country and mountain peaks. For more details and directions, visit their website and then bring your builder to the Estates. Welcome to higher ground.
A family barbecue, Pollen?
Yeah, Ragweed. Watch how fast their allergy medicines stop working. His Benadryl allergy only lasted 6 hours. Same with her Tylenol severe allergy.
His Allegra 180 still working. It lasts 4 times longer.
One dose of most seasonal allergy medicines doesn't work as long as you want, but just one Allegra 180 lasts up to 4 times longer than most OTC allergy medicines.
His Allegra 180s worked all day.
For people 12 and over, side effects alone may include headache, cold, or backache.
Allegra 180 works all night, too.
Long-lasting Allegra. The relief goes on.
Planning to sell your home or condo this year? You're probably wondering how much it's worth. You can find out free on the web at housevalues.com. So if you're planning to sell, visit housevalues.com today. That's housevalues.com.
Come in now to Sears. It's the best time to buy at the lowest prices of the season. Save on hundreds of items. Tractors and mowers. All kinds of tools on sale. Grills, patio sets, the lowest prices of the season on home electronics, home appliances, the latest spring fashions. Hurry in for the lowest prices of the season, because right now it's the best time to buy, and you deserve the good life. Sears, good life, great price.
Through Monday, choose a mattress set over $4.99 and get free sheets, pillows, pillowcases, and free financing. The free event through Monday.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
In California, police are contacting more than 80 women who applied for a job at a new Hooters restaurant in West Covina. Police say they've confiscated videos made of the women who didn't know that a camera was rolling while they were changing into the trademark Hooters outfit. Shayna Jenkin is one of the women who is suing the restaurant chain, and her attorney is Gloria Allred. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Shayna, let's set this up a little bit in that the restaurant was under construction, right? So the manager had a temporary office in a trailer. You had gone in November to apply for a job, filled out your application, did all the normal things, and then he asked you to come back at night. Why?
Yes. He said that the final process was an actual audition. We needed to try on the uniform just because it is so little to make sure we were comfortable in it, make sure we were going to be able to carry the big trays, bus tables, do all the normal waitress jobs in the uniform.
Did this seem normal to you?
Hooters is a different restaurant just because of the uniform, so I just figured that was their normal practice because they wouldn't want someone to get the job and not be comfortable in the uniform. So I didn't think there was anything strange about that.
You know, for people who aren't familiar with the uniform, don't you have one here? I want to show people because it's really, there's not much to it, let's put it that way. And so he asked you to come back at night and show the shorts too, Gloria, please. He wanted you to come back at night, change into this. He was going to take, did he say that he was going to take a photo of you in the uniform? Okay. And he asked you to, when you came back at night, stand in a certain place in the trailer.
Yes.
Why?
He said that I needed to stand in a specific corner just because the way that the blinds were, if someone was possibly walking by late at night, they could see in. So he said to be sure I stood in the corner and not to move.
Okay, and then you didn't feel that anything untoward was going on, right?
No,
did
not at all.
you notice the camera in the trailer?
I did notice the camera, but that was the camera he needed to take the pictures of me after with, so I didn't think there was anything strange about that.
But then he asked you to come back again, right? And take another set of pictures. Why?
The picture that I had taken, he just said if we wanted to retake our picture, if there was something we didn't like about it, because that was going in our files, that we're more than welcome to come back and retake it.
And then he asked you a third time to come back, and then you
At that point, I just thought that was kind of weird. I was like, no, that's fine. My picture's okay. I don't need to take it a third time.
Now, 180 pictures, is this right, Gloria, have been confiscated of either nude or partially nude women changing into these uniforms.
We don't know, Hannah, what the number is, but I know that I represent about 25 women at this point who have reason to believe that they were secretly videotaped while they were changing their clothes. They were either naked or partially naked, and this is just such an outrageous invasion of privacy for these young women. They were just trying to get a job. All they were trying to do, as a condition of employment, they had to try on the uniform, and to be secretly videotaped is absolutely wrong.
I want to be very clear about something. We did try to contact Hooters, and we did not get a comment. They did not return our phone calls, but it is not company policy to have prospective employees try on the uniform, all right? So that's not company policy. You are, however, suing Hooters. Why?
Yes, well, it may very well be in dispute in the lawsuit as to whether or not it is company policy and or practice to try on the uniform. But whether or not it is, we think that they either knew or should have known that this was going on in their workplace or their place in which they were hiring people to be in their workplace. And in California, we have strict liability for employers. They are prohibited by law, Hannah, from videotaping or allowing videotaping in a changing room. And this, of course, is a room that was being used in order for the young women to change their clothes. And again, for the manager to say to them, well, don't have panty lines showing, insinuating that somehow they shouldn't be wearing underwear
totally.
or just a G-string was wrong.
Just quickly, how did all of this make you feel?
It was very emotional. As soon as I found out that there was videotape, I was very upset. I just felt violated. My privacy was invaded. It was just very, very upsetting.
Very understandable. Thank you both for coming in this morning. Thanks for sharing your story. All right, good luck to you. Up next, why the supplements you're taking could make you sick. This is The Early Show on CBS.
If you have stains like these, rust stains, limescale buildup, or calcium deposits, you need Lime-A-Way Lime and Rust Remover because it works better than even the leading limescale and rust remover. In lab tests on rust stains, it's clear that Lime-A-Way is tougher. Even after 1,000 strokes, the CLR side is still incredibly stained. And Lime-A-Way's thick formula coats surfaces for powerful cleaning action. All around your house, Lime-A-Way is the expert lime and rust cleaner. So remember, for lime, calcium, and rust, Lime-A-Way is a must.
You know what surprises people most about Jenny Craig's Ultimate Choice program?
It's less than I used to spend on fast food and lattes.
It's so convenient. It's almost like having a personal chef. Jenny Craig's Ultimate Choice gives you personal support with simple ways to lose weight even when you dine out or travel.
Do you know what losing 50 pounds feels like?
I lost 111 pounds. Now I'm half the mom and twice as much fun.
For the first time ever, get a free 14-day trial plus the cost of food. Limited time offer. Call 1-800-JENNY20 now.
Next week, all these years, they never knew how they were conceived. Two sisters and the shocking news that changed their lives forever on the fastest-growing network morning news program, The Early Show.
1,000 men who faces any danger, throwing prices back for friend and stranger. He's the rollback man. He's the rollback man. He's changing all those numbers. Lower prices are his game.
Our rollback mission, to save you even more. Walmart, always low prices. Always.
Now there's a non-drowsy medicine that lets you breathe again. Alivert Allergy and Sinus relieves sinus pressure, runny nose, and nasal congestion. Breathe again with Alivert Allergy and Sinus. The right relief, wherever you are.
I'm up, but this arthritis.
The moment of choice. Tylenol or Advil for arthritis pain.
Advil's my choice.
Advil liquid gels rush long-lasting relief where you need it. Gentle on your stomach, too. For fast relief, advance to Advil.
Breakthrough.
It's been total madness with big-time buckets in the buzzer. Yeah! Nail biters till the bitter end. And game-winning three-pointers. Yeah! Now Georgia Tech collides with Oklahoma State, then the toughest team in the tournament, and then it battles Duke. It's the Final Four, Saturday on CBS.
The Early Show continues now from the General Motors building in New York City.
This morning on Health Watch, a serious warning about dietary supplements. The experts at Consumer Reports magazine claim there are some supplements on the market right now that are so dangerous they should be banned. The magazine's May issue focuses on the so-called Dirty Dozen. And Jim Guest is the president of Consumer Union, which publishes Consumer Reports. Good morning.
Good morning, Renee.
Yeah, the Dirty Dozen, and some of these are ones that we know pretty well, and we've heard quite a bit about.
Yeah, there are some serious issues here, and some of these have been banned in other countries. They've caused deaths and other problems like that. Now, There are lots of dietary supplements that are fine, but we've identified 12 that are really dangerous, and we recommend, Consumer Reports recommends, people just not take them.
All right, let's go over at least 3 of them. The first one I want to start with is aristolochic acid, and this has been linked to kidney failure and death. What kind of ingredients what products would we find these in?
Well, they'd be in pills of various kinds that you can find in stores and pharmacies, health food stores and things like that. Often have the claim to be natural, but that's not really, doesn't make it safe. PMSEs, for example, is one product because these are, they claim to reduce chronic pain and PMS.
The next one I want to talk about is bitter orange. This has been linked to high blood pressure, heart attack, and stroke. So what kind of products contain bitter orange?
Well, again, one of the popular ones is Xenadrine EFX. Bitter orange is like ephedra, which now has been banned. We've heard the dangers of ephedra, but it has the same problems.
So these products that are advertising themselves as ephedra-free might have the bitter orange in them?
Might have the bitter orange in them and could still be dangerous. Ephedra-free doesn't make it safe.
All right, kava is the one that I've heard of. And that has been linked to liver damage and death. Where do we find that?
Again, kava, all of these things you'd find in pharmacies and health food stores and other retail outlets. Now, kava is supposed to be a tension relaxer, but again, it's got the same problems that you mentioned. It's been banned in 5 countries around the world already, and the FDA has issued a warning.
You know, because what's interesting is at least in one case, in Metabolife International, before ephedra was banned last year, they had over 14,000 complaints about that, adverse effects.
That's right. They had over 14,000 reports from patients who had had heart attacks, strokes, seizures, in some cases deaths. They never had to report it to the federal authorities or to the Food and Drug Administration because these supplements are not regulated, unlike drugs and things like that have to be approved.
All right, let's talk about tips, advice for consumers now. We'll just put these up on the screen. Stay away from the dirty dozen is the first
Absolutely.
one.
Avoid the dirty dozen. If you go to consumerreports.org, you can see exactly what those dirty dozen are.
All right, tell your doctor exactly what supplements you're taking, and stay away from supplements for weight control or weight loss.
That's right. No, they can speed up your heart. You can have circulatory problems. You can have high blood pressure, heart attack, strokes.
Jim Guest, thanks so much. And for a complete list, go to our website at cbsnews.com. And in our next hour, we're going to head to the Big Kitchen and Bath Show in Chicago and show you some of the latest and greatest stuff for your home. We'll be back.
CBS Health Watch, sponsored by Farmers Insurance. Farmers gets you back where you belong.
Life's full of surprises. That's why no one is more focused on getting your car back to normal than your Farmers agent. Farmers Auto Insurance. Get you back where you belong.
I can't leave Walmart without stopping in the card aisle. I get this, little voice that goes, go to the card department, go to the card department. There doesn't even have to be an occasion.
I live 2 miles away from her, and I still receive, 15, 20 cards a year.
I think my boys have received shoe boxes full.
And I got a big foot. It's not just a card to her. It's got to have stickers. It's got to have markers.
And then it's just so much more personal than an email. I'm definitely a card freak.
That's definitely the word for it.
Ooh, we have some questions for Jerry. Kicked off a Survivor last night.
And if you want to ask him, give us a call at 1-800-377-1718. What a shot.
Ask her whose toothbrush she was using. That and more after these messages in your local news.
The Early Show is always on CBSNews.com, brought to you in part by Walmart, saving you and your family time and money with everyday low prices.
Paige Morgan has fallen for the perfect guy.
I've never felt this way before.
And today, he's taking her home to meet the kingdom.
You're gonna be king.
Share the magic with your family and get swept away in this modern-day fairy tale for both the young and young at heart.
It's so romantic.
The Prince and Me is undeniably enchanting and hilarious.
Am I supposed to be able to breathe? No. Oh, well, then it's perfect.
4 stars, Julia Stiles, The Prince and Me. Rated PG. Starts today.
What's the word on the Folgers canister?
Every time you opened it, you got a good whiff. I can do this one-handed.
Folgers Aroma Seal plastic canister.
It's going to help keep it fresh. Lightweight, less messy. This is terrific. Wow, finally.
Allergies used to take the fun out of games. Now, I'm Claritin Clear.
Up here, I gotta be alert. Claritin relieves my toughest symptoms without putting me in a fog.
Claritin Clear means non-drowsy 24-hour relief.
There's Clear, then there's Claritin Clear.
Tonight.
Have you folks been affected by the gas prices? It's so bad, you're even starting to hear complaints from the Amish.
Deeds all new with The Sopranos, Michael Imperioli tonight.
Watch Jeff Gianola and Julie Emery tonight on Coin 6 News at 5 and 6. News that's to the point. This is the Coin 6 News Morning News Update.
And good morning once again on this Friday. I'm Dave Erickson, 5 minutes before the hour. Katie Baker has the forecast in a moment. First, let's check your morning commute. We do that with Ron O'Brien in Portland. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Dave. Flying up and above the city. Traffic on I-5 south. Right up in Vancouver, 4 SR 500 down the bridge, but starting to loosen up and looks better taking that Marine Drive exit now, and a little bit of crowding now towards Lombard, Portland Boulevard. I-84 inbound, Stroh's looking at about a 10-minute trip from Gateway down to I-5, still flowing after a little earlier trouble near the 43rd exit that's been gone for a while. I-5 North busiest into Tualatin up to the Lake Oswego exit, and then again from the Barber exit to Tigard. It's real slow up to Taylor's Ferry. Good after that, as you can see up through the curves. And we're flying over the Sunset right now. Traffic still slow inbound here. Cornell past 217. More before Sylvan down to the tunnel. Ron O'Brien for Coin 6 News. Back to you, Dave.
Ron, thank you. After 5 days of freedom, 2 young men are back behind bars. Last Saturday, they escaped from the Salem's Hillcrest Youth Correctional Facility. Authorities arrested 20-year-old Peter LaChapelle and 16-year-old Aaron Pierce yesterday near Boise, Idaho after a high-speed chase. The vehicle they were driving is not the truck they stole from Richard Basil in Staten. Basil says the two attacked him with a flashlight before taking his truck.
Kids can't go on rampages like that and keep going. It just gets worse and worse as they steamroll along.
Police believe that Basil's truck is somewhere in the Portland area. Police say those escapees rammed a police car while being chased by 6 different law enforcement agencies and three different Idaho counties for all that. Our next live update is coming up at 8:25. Your forecast first with Katie is next.
We made a double special purchase.
A Sealy Posturepedic or a Simmons Beauty Rest Pillow Top Queen Set for just $5.99.
That's right, a Posturepedic or Beauty Rest Pillow Top Queen Set for just $5.99.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
We knew exactly what we wanted.
It was something that fit our lifestyle.
We wanted some custom features.
To reflect our taste.
We wanted quality.
But it had to be affordable.
We got exactly what we wanted.
Find what you're looking for at the grand opening of Arbor Reserve in Bethany. Together with our partner Superfloors. Arbor Custom Homes. We build neighborhoods.
One beautiful home at a time.
Home and dining collections in Salem. Now more choices of living, dining, office, and kids furniture. Save during their expansion celebration happening now. Home and dining collections. Furniture you'll love to come home to. Just off I-5 at Lancaster and Highway 22.
Sometimes stuff just doesn't work right. That's why you should drive a Toyota certified used vehicle. Toyotas have that dependable quality, so you shouldn't have to worry about high repair costs. Don't you wish Toyota made more stuff? See your Toyota dealer now for great low financing on Toyota certified used vehicles. The best new cars make the best used cars.
Good morning. Beautiful blue skies out there over Portland. We are going to have a beautiful day. Temperatures will be warming up to 66 degrees in your forecast first. Clear skies out there, and that is not going to change for the weekend. 69 on Saturday, Sunday in the mid-60s, and more sunshine as we head into next weekend. All temperatures in the low 60s.
Let Empire Glass replace your cracked windshield, and we'll pay up to $100 of your comprehensive insurance deductible. And we'll now give you 24 free dinners to Azteca Mexican restaurant. So for the highest quality windshields, including 24 free dinners to Azteca Mexican restaurant, call Empire Glass today at 503-251-9881. 503-251-9881. And remember, when you think glass, think Empire.
The American economy is growing stronger.
My industry is pretty much gone, and a big chunk of the middle class is pretty much gone along with it.
Manufacturing activity is increasing.
Worked at a job for 25 years, and it's gone. My life's gone.
Jobs are on the rise.
Well, I thought, gee, well, I'll have a job probably again within a few weeks or a month. Now here it's over a year.
This economy is strong and growing stronger.
After 18 years, this mother's wish comes true. Next, Dr. Phil.
What's that music? The Godfather.
Okay, in an effort to save his girl Amber from getting the boot last night on Survivor All-Stars, Boston Rob made the other tribe an offer it apparently couldn't refuse. Well, in the end, it was an emotional night, and Jerry Matthey off into the sunset.
Yeah, how do you like the way?
Tears in her eyes.
Yeah, when Amber writes her name on the card to boot her off, big heart.
Well, they were big pals. So,
I know, and then Jerry had this zen-like exit.
You know what? You're pals until it comes down between you and the time to write your card.
Love you. See ya.
Welcome back to the early show. I'm Harry Smith, along with Hannah Storm and Renee Seiler, and Julie is still on vacation, lucky girl.
What if Amber and Rob were the last two people on the island?
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be very
All right. Listen, you can ask Jerry your questions, too, by calling us at 1-800-377-1718.
We got some really neat stuff to show you. Want to bring a little luxury to your bathroom for a price, of course. So we are going to take you to the big kitchen and bath show. Look at this stuff. It's right there in Chicago. We're going to show you all the stuff to make your home look fabulous.
Plus, the original Pink Panther is celebrating his 40th anniversary. These movies are so great. We'll take a trip down memory lane with a bumbling Inspector Clouseau. Is that your Minky?
In
today's home theater. Love that. All right. First, though, check of the news this morning. U.S. forces in Iraq are planning retaliation for the deaths of 4 American civilians. Their murder and mutilation in the town of Fallujah outraged U.S. officials. Fallujah residents remain defiant. American commanders promise an overwhelming show of force when the time is right. In Jerusalem, trouble this morning at one of the city's holiest sites. Israeli police armed with tear gas and stun guns stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Thousands of worshippers were inside. Police say Palestinians were throwing stones at them. Police say in Spain, police in Spain found a bomb today under a high-speed train tracks south of Madrid. 3 weeks ago, terrorists set off a string of explosions at stations in Madrid, killing 191 people. Police say today's bomb contained over 20 pounds of dynamite. National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice testifies before the 9/11 Commission next Thursday. Rice will be asked what the Bush administration was told about al-Qaeda before taking office. The panel also wants Rice to explain how seriously the threat was treated. And here's a reminder for you. We spring forward this weekend in most of the country. Daylight savings time begins Sunday at 2 a.m. So set your clocks ahead 1 hour. Yeah, you're going to lose another hour's sleep. Time now for another check of the weather with Dave Price in the Bahamas. But first this.
This weather allergy report sponsored by non-drowsy Claritin. Available without prescription.
All right, Renee, we are in the Bahamas, and actually, in addition to the sun and the sand and the beauty, we're here because over 100 weathercasters are gathering to talk about hurricanes. With us, we have Bill Gray from Colorado State University at Fort Collins, and of course, a familiar face, Max Mayfield from the National Hurricane Center. And we are about to give you the predictions for the number of hurricanes this year. It has not been out yet. Bill Gray, how many and how many severe?
We believe, as best we can see it now, we'll have about 14 named storms, 8 hurricanes, and 3 major ones. That's Saffir-Simpson Category 3, 4, 5 storms for this year. So an above-average season, much like last year that was above average, and much like the 7 of the last 9 seasons that have been above average. We're in a new era now, and I think we're just going to see more storms in the next decade or two.
Now, Max, you know what? A lot of people along the coastline seem to get with the program, but inland, most people die from flooding and don't evacuate, right?
Based on a study from the National Hurricane Center going back to 1970, most people who lose their lives in tropical storms and hurricanes do so from inland freshwater flooding.
but we can't afford to forget the storm surge.
And people think Florida, that's where the hurricanes happen. Not in my backyard, though, right? That's the wrong way of thinking about it.
Absolutely. The whole Gulf and Atlantic coast is vulnerable to hurricanes, and the message from the Hurricane Center is still very clear. We want everybody to be prepared with that individual hurricane plan.
And you know what? We've been talking with both gentlemen. The science getting better, but it's still not perfect. You got to pay attention, especially as hurricane season starts. All right, thank you both, gentlemen. You know what? It is springtime, and as a result, we got to take a check and see what's happening in the world of pollen and allergy, so we'll do that right now, everybody. Let's see what's happening all over the place. Tree pollen, the biggest culprit this time of the year for allergy sufferers, and some of the highest pollen forecasts are Atlanta, Austin, and Boise, Idaho. This tree pollen count brought to you by the Weather Channel. For more information on this, you can log on to cbsnews.com. Now that's a look at some of the national weather headlines. Here's a look at what's going on in your area.
Good morning. Take a look outside. Blue skies over downtown Portland. It is going to be a gorgeous day, warmer than yesterday, with temperatures warming up to 66 degrees. We are going to hang on to the sunshine as we head into this weekend. Even a little bit warmer tomorrow, pushing 70. Our sunshine will stick around on Sunday. Temperatures dip down just a bit, but still very warm in the mid-60s. In the low 60s as we head into next week. And our next best chance for some rain will be on Thursday and Friday.
All right, folks, once again, hurricanes, that's what we're talking about. Sun, that's what we're enjoying. We're live in the Bahamas. Over to you, Harry.
All right, good job, Dave. We're going to get a different kind of island report from Jerry Manthe, who was just voted off Pearl Islands by her fellow Survivor All-Stars. Can we take the knife out of your back? Oh, here it is. Stay right there. Ow! We'll be right back.
Allergies used to take the fun out of games. Now, I'm Claritin Clear.
Today, I found another level of clear. Claritin Clear.
Claritin Clear means non-drowsy 24-hour relief from your sneezing, runny nose, and itchy eyes.
Up here, I gotta be alert. Claritin relieves my toughest symptoms without putting me in a fog. One pill, 24 hours, and I'm in control of my allergies.
Claritin, non-drowsy 24-hour relief.
There's clear, then there's Claritin Clear.
I'm gonna need all this.
Not that much, Slugger. This'll do it. Less is more with Charmin Ultra. That's because it's more absorbent. So you can use less than this regular Ripple brand.
Good save.
Charmin Ultra. Look for the bear on the blue packs.
Ultra. Charmin.
With the wholesome goodness of granola and the great taste of chocolate, everybody can agree on kudos. Now everybody's happy.
What do you call a sale that gives you free chocolate and delicious savings? Sweet. The JCPenney Sweet Sale. Saturday only. Treat yourself to surprise savings of 30, 35, or 40% off. How sweet is that? JCPenney.
What's as gentle as Senecot Natural Vegetable Laxatives? Senecot tablets are shown to be effective in 50 clinical studies. The makers of Senecot interrupt this message for an important announcement. While Senecot is out of stock, try our newest overnight laxative, Gentlax tablets for gentle morning relief. Or if all you require is a stool softener, try Colace capsules, the #1 stool softener brand recommended by doctors. You can trust laxatives from the makers of Senecot.
Rosanna's back.
Really happy to see you.
Don't touch me.
With a new attitude.
You are not my friend. You are my enemy.
And a new agenda.
I wouldn't stake my future in Paul Ryan.
This week.
You give up working with Paul, or you say goodbye to me.
What are you up to, Rosanna?
You won't believe what she does next as the world turns.
Is your car dealer keeping to himself something he should be telling you, that your monthly payments are bigger than they should be? 60 Minutes, Sunday.
The current Powerball jackpot is $39 million. Powerball, Oregon's multi-billion-dollar lottery game. Could you be the next big winner?
The Estates at Parrot Mountain, Portland's last estate-sized acreage. The Estates is an exclusive gated community with spectacular views of wine country and mountain peaks. For more details and directions, visit their website and then bring your builder to the Estates. Welcome to higher ground.
Watch Jeff Gianola and Julie Emery tonight on Coin 6 News at 5 and 6.
A challenge designed to mix up the tribes in last night's Survivor All-Stars amounted to little more than a switch of camps for the castaways. And the only person who wound up in a different tribe was Amber, who quickly turned on her old pal Jerry with a little help from her new beau, Boston Rob.
You'll still be living as two separate tribes. It's just new tribes. Amber is the only one to change tribes.
I'm gonna do whatever I can do to keep her around as long as possible. If you can.
At the end of the challenge, Boston Rob went up to Lex and said, if you protect Amber, I'll protect you. I overheard it, and it's such a Godfather move.
Boston Rob will tell you anything to keep Amber around. It's so obvious. He will say anything. Please reconsider, Lex. You're giving up somebody who had your back to the very end.
Jerry, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
Jerry, you were so emotional on that show last night.
I'm getting teary-eyed again just watching it.
Why do you think it seemed to take such an emotional toll as you were asked to leave the game?
Well, I mean, this time around for me was completely different. And I really focused on being a more vulnerable, soft person with people.
Because your reputation in the last game was as the Black Widow.
Yeah, yeah. So it was kind of a challenge for me to be softer with everyone. Because they were expecting me to show up and be like, wow, you know, and scratch people's eyes out and be evil and manipulative. And, I mean, I was there to play a game, don't get me wrong, and I was still very focused on the prize, but getting to that point for me was, the strategy was completely different.
Yeah. Was it harder? Was this game harder? It looks harsh and sort of debilitating.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was the most horrible experience of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you complained a lot. I mean, the other women,
I didn't.
Unbeknownst to you.
No, I did not.
Well, it sounded, at least as it was portrayed on the show, because the other women were kind of complaining about you.
Yeah, that was my biggest moment of, I'm going to kill somebody. Because they were calling me lazy, and anybody who knows me knows I am not lazy.
Yeah.
That was the episode that I got up and literally screamed at the TV. They made it look like I was the only one talking about food.
Here's it.
It's like,
from
no.
our perspective as viewers, though, I thought, why didn't you try to make an alliance with those other women, with Sheehan?
You didn't get to see it, but I did.
Yeah.
We had a full discussion, and this was before Richard was gone. Kathy, myself, and Sheehan had a discussion about keeping Richard along and getting rid of Colby at that point.
Right.
But those two, you know, my experience out there was completely different than what you saw. The two women were saying just horrible things about me behind my back, but to my face...
No love lost. Oh.
To my face, they were so sweet.
Love you, girl.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we're going to talk about last night. Because here's Lex. You guys had partnered up there. Colby goes. Ethan goes. You guys are riding along together. And he comes over and says, I have to tell you something. And you said, no, you don't. What was your reaction to that?
I was shocked. I never saw the whole Amber twist coming.
Yeah.
And Lex was really upset that he had to make that power move. And, you know, I told him, I said, look, you know, don't trust anybody in this game. You can trust me, 150%. I was like, you're getting rid of somebody that you can completely 100% trust.
And going into as I'm sitting there watching last night, because he's gambling that Boston Rob is going to be good on his word, and he's also afraid of something he has no control over. At least he knows he can trust you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I never saw it coming, and it was a very emotional moment for me as well.
Because you had a vote against Amber, who's your old pal.
Yeah, you know, and there was a moment at Tribal Council that you didn't get to see that was, it was a very tender moment between Amber and myself, where we hugged each other, and I told her, I said, you know what, if I'm going to go, it's almost appropriate that it's you who did it to me, given what happened in Australia, because we were so close, and I would rather get voted off by somebody who I'm really close with. It's easier to deal with than somebody who hates you.
You know what? I got to tell you, you look good. You clean up good.
Thanks.
Yeah. What? What the guys are in here? Yeah. Jerry, good to have you here. Stick around. She's going to belong to answer your questions. Call us at 1-800-377-1718. But up next, a classic film character marks a milestone. We're going to check out the Pink Panther in our home theater. So stay with us.
This Survivor segment, sponsored by Quaker Chewy Granola Bars. Not the same old story.
Okay, so it's so much for sleeping in my bed, then.
No. Porridge first, then chair, then the bed.
All right, porridge, chair, bed. Got it.
Mother of pearl!
She ate all the new Quaker Chewy Fruit and Crunch bars.
Wasn't she supposed to eat my porridge?
The crunchy granola, the topping made with real fruit.
Raspberry, gone. Strawberry, gone.
Oh, not the apple crisp.
Gone.
Oh, that girl's an animal.
New Quaker Chewy Fruit and Crunch Box.
Oh, call the ranger.
Not the same old story.
Surprise her. Make him think about it. Do something totally unexpected. Maybe even a little risque. Because a great relationship isn't great without a little excitement. Like coffee isn't coffee without Coffee Mate. Velvety smooth, so delicious. So many fabulous flavors. From hazelnut to creamy chocolate. So spark things up. Coffee Mate from Nestle. Coffee's perfect mate.
Love half and half? Try new Coffee Mate half and half in 3 delicious flavors.
Can't afford fine dining? With Ethan Allen Financing, you can. Add complimentary design service and quality furniture, and you've got a recipe for something sensational. Ethan Allen, Furnishing Solutions.
For a great fit and strong, long hold, fix it in and forget it.
Ann Kurtzman is a RE/MAX agent. She spends most of her time selling homes. And not much time on anything else. That's why nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
My hair color does something yours doesn't. Because it's Garnier Nutrice, the only hair color that nourishes with grapeseed and avocado oils. Rich, radiant color. Because nourished hair means better color. Garnier Nutrice. Trust them. They're experts.
We're stranding 2 people on a deserted island to prove one roll of the leading competitor with only 200 sheets runs out faster than Scott with 1,000 sheets. You need to buy 5 rolls of the other brand to get the same number of sheets in 1 roll of Scott.
Look at you. 4 sheets. 4. 9.
Scott Tissue. Common sense on a roll.
I had lost the will to shop.
No thrill, no will.
Jerry said that I needed to carpe diem. That's seize the deal.
It's Greek. Thing.
I walked into Big Lots, and there I saw it. This $50 even flow baby monitor for $20. I seized it. I was seizing all day. Greatest day of my life. You gotta grab for the closeout. And then pay, and then leave.
Big Lots. Brand names, closeout prices, happy people.
Now I can carpe diem with the best of them.
Love hearing that music. One of Hollywood's coolest cats is marking his 40th anniversary. Can you believe that? Does that make you feel old? Our entertainment contributor and People Magazine senior editor Jess Cagle is here with all of the pink details, and you're totally dressed the part today.
Yeah, just completely. Now, many people assume that the Pink Panther movies were based on the famous cartoon, but in fact, it's the other way around. The animated feline made his first appearance in the opening credits of the classic 1964 film.
You will perceive the tiniest discoloration. It resembles an animal. An animal? A leaping panther.
The Pink Panther got its name from the film's fictional diamond that has a flaw resembling a pink panther.
I'm looking for my uncle, Sir Charles Lytton. Darling.
May I get you some water?
Hold your hands over your head. Yes, my darling, and bend forward.
In the original film, a very young Robert Wagner stars as a playboy who follows a famous jewel thief known as the Phantom to an exclusive resort. He hopes to steal the diamond himself and blame it on the Phantom. Also on the Phantom's trail, Inspector Clouseau played by Peter Sellers. Sellers had already been making films for over a decade when he was cast as the bumbling inspector. The part was originally supposed to be played by Peter Ustinov, but he dropped out just 1 week before production was to begin. The role cemented Sellers' place in film history.
I was something of an athlete, you know. Yes, yes. I was known as the tablera of the parallels. Yes. Yes, it's all coming back now. Yes.
The films are known for Sellers' incredible physical comedy, but originally the actor had no real gift for it. Writer-director Blake Edwards, who calls himself a genetic Clouseau, enacted the various pratfalls that Sellers would later emulate.
My poor body that has been is a product of Clouseauisms, you know. I mean, even the accident that sent me out of the service was one of those.
The 6-disc box set includes a behind-the-scenes documentary, Pink Panther cartoons, and 5 live-action Pink Panther films.
The box set is just the start. Look at all this merchandise
It's
that's
amazing.
available.
There's a huge merchandising blitz for this because there's a new Pink Panther movie coming out with Steve Martin.
He's going to be Inspector Clouseau.
He will be
right?
Inspector Clouseau.
Look at these. We have bikes over here, right?
Yeah, it's from bikes to shirts.
These are by Thomas Pink.
Thomas
This is what
Pink.
you're wearing,
yeah,
right?
And you know what? Very high end. The shirt is $160.
Whoa.
So you have to be a very serious Pink Panther fan.
Can we see this really quick? Look, a Pink Panther cufflink. Isn't that cute? Adorable. Look at these watches, too.
The watches are great. Less expensive, $35 to $45. I think these are terrific.
Golf balls? What else do we have here?
Golf balls. There's makeup. There are T-shirts. There in the with the shirts. These women's ties are also available.
Women's ties.
Women's
What will they think
ties.
of next? Thanks a lot, Jess. Looks fun. Coming up, more from Jerry. To answer some of your Survivor questions, give her a call. 1-800-377-1718. But first, these messages and a check of your local news.
This home theater segment sponsored by Brother Bear on Disney DVD and video March 30th.
You want to play I Spy? All right. Okay, I'll go first. I Spy something new. Brother Bear DVD, eh? Oh. My turn? Yeah. Okay. I Spy something with really cool games, eh? The Brother Bear DVD? Okay. Okay. I Spy something that's really funny, eh? The Brother Bear DVD? Oh.
Brother Bear. Spy it on Disney DVD and video today.
My turn? Brother Bear DVD. No, I got it. Oh, it counts. I didn't even spy nothing. It counts.
Hand me down the walking cane. Hand me down my hat. Oh, get on to prepare yourself for the rubber band. Man, go down, lose control when the rubber band starts to jam. What's this stuff? Do we think we can stand? So much rhythm, grace, and debonair for one man? Oh, rubber band man, get down, brother.
Good morning can be spoken oh so sweetly. Welcome home sounds better smothered in country gravy. Express yourself and start with Crisco. It has a light taste, never greasy, so flavors come through. Start something good with Crisco. One chocolatey Viactive soft calcium chew. Twice every day gives you 100% of the calcium you need. So you can be sweet to your bones and yourself. For years, the kids have called me their guardian angel.
Brady?
When I got cancer and the chemo made me anemic and too weak to keep working, I had to do something. I asked my doctor about Procrit.
Procrit is for chemotherapy-related anemia in patients with most kinds of cancer. Procrit helps rebuild red blood cells, and more red blood cells can mean more strength. Procrit is proven and safe. In studies, only diarrhea and edema occurred more often with Procrit than placebo.
I'm back, and there's no stopping me.
Maybe life would be simpler if everyone were exactly the same. Then one size really would fit all. Everyone would look good in the same color, and ice cream would only need to come in a single flavor. Same tastes, same incomes, same credit scores. But life isn't simple. It's full of surprises, like how easy refinancing is with AmeriQuest. Everyone's different. Aren't you glad? AmeriQuest, the company that knows you are more.
We're Geldwin, and for more than 40 years, we've been making reliable windows and doors. Remodeling complete. More quality time. We're still learning. Still no ball mark. Waterworks outside. Homework inside. Comfort, security, dependability. Geldwin windows and doors. Reliability for real life.
Watch Jeff Gianola and Mike Donahue tonight on KOIN 6 News at 11. News that's to the point. This is the KOIN 6 News Morning News Update.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Dave Erickson. It's now 8:25. Katie Baker has the forecast in just a couple of minutes. Multnomah County will continue to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. After hours of public testimony, county commissioners voted 4-1 on a resolution affirming their previous decision. Commissioner Lonnie Roberts was the only no vote.
I did not vote as a reactionary. I just have a strong belief in a traditional approach to the marriage question.
In the oral history of
225 people testified in all, many supporting the issue. Others spoke out against gay marriage and the way 4 commissioners made the decision without including Commissioner Lonnie Roberts in the first place. The gay marriage issue now goes to the courts. Nearly all of the lawsuits filed in the past have been consolidated into one landmark court action. A Multnomah County judge will hear the case April 14th. The Gresham teacher accused of soliciting sex from students is fired. John McPartland was a teacher at Clear Creek Middle School. He now faces federal enticement and coercion charges, all relating to alleged sexual abuse of boys. Yesterday, the Gresham Barlow School Board voted unanimously to fire the teacher. The district put McPartland on administrative leave immediately following the charges. His trial is scheduled to begin sometime in July. Our next live update's coming up at 8:55. Your forecast first with Katie Baker is next.
We knew exactly what we wanted.
Something that fit our lifestyle.
We wanted some custom features.
To reflect our taste.
We wanted quality.
But it had to be affordable.
We got exactly what we wanted.
Find what you're looking for at the grand opening of Arbor Reserve in Bethany. Together with our partner Superfloors. Arbor Custom Homes. We build neighborhoods.
One beautiful home at a time.
On April 9th,
When I return, we'll get a home of our own, I promise.
the battle for freedom begins.
Here they come!
The true story of the Alamo is brilliant, powerful, magnificent, epic and beautiful, spectacular and extraordinary. A fantastic must-see film for everyone. This is the Alamo to remember. The Alamo, rated PG-13.
The rush is on to Binion's 50% off sale. This week only, save 50% off both frames and lenses. And not just select frames like the other stores. Get half off every frame in the store. Choose from over 1,000 frames, including our best designer frames. Then save 50% off lenses, including bifocals, progressives, and even our thinnest, lightest lenses. So get going, get shopping, and get 50% off both frames and lenses through Saturday. The 50% off sale this week only at Binion's. Why pay more?
Good Friday morning. Blue skies out there, an absolutely beautiful start to your day. And this sunshine is going to stay right where it's at for all of today. And it's going to be back for this weekend. Temperatures will be warming up to 66 degrees out there for today. Clear skies under a ridge of high pressure. We do have a system well to the east, but it is going to keep us pretty clear across most of the state of Oregon and into Washington. Pushing 70 degrees tomorrow, in the mid-60s on Sunday, and then we're going to cool off a bit, but the sunshine will stick around through most of next week.
Let Empire Glass replace your cracked windshield, and we'll pay up to $100 of your comprehensive insurance deductible. And we'll now give you 24 free dinners to Azteca Mexican restaurant. So for the highest quality windshields, including 24 free dinners to Azteca Mexican restaurant, call Empire Glass today at 503-251-9881. 503-251-9881. And remember, when you think glass, think Empire.
Right now at Key Home Furnishings in Lake Oswego, we're finishing our end-of-winter clearance sale. Our everyday low prices are guaranteed to be the best prices for up to 30 days after you make your purchase. Better than department stores, outlet stores, or even liquidation sales. And right now, we are offering an additional 30 to 70% off those low prices on hundreds of items store-wide. Like a sofa you would compare out for over $1,000 will now cost you under $400. But don't wait. Hurry in. Discover the difference at Key Home Furnishings. Thank you.
Watch Jeff Gianola and Julie Emery tonight on KOIN 6 News at 5 and 6.
Well, you know what they say. The slogan is, it's better in the Bahamas. And from the looks of this live picture, the vacation hotspot makes good on that promise. We'll head back there in just a minute to catch up with our beach bum, Dave Price.
That's Harry groaning.
A great place to get married, too.
Did you get
I got married in the Bahamas.
There
Yes,
you go.
right. So, and they did say it's better in the Bahamas. Anyway.
Well, we won't even ask.
Also ahead, former survivor Jerry Manthey is back to answer all of your all-star questions.
I have some questions for you.
This is your cue.
Okay. You had gone down that road, and I'm not sure we had finished everything that needed to happen on that cul-de-sac. And we're going to show you how to give your Passover meal a gourmet flair with dishes like cheese matzo blitzes and a rhubarb dessert.
You can raise your kitchen to gourmet levels with some new products featured at the fabulous Kitchen and Bath Show in Chicago. Look at this. It's a refrigerator with a television in it. Now, everybody needs one of those, right? Our home improvement guy, Danny Lipford, has picked out some of the more impressive gadgets, and he'll show them off in a little bit. First, back to Dave in the Bahamas, and Dave, Renee is just tripping down memory lane watching you there on the beaches of the Bahamas. You having a good time?
Listen, let me just tell you something. This is hard work, and of course, I'm with dedicated meteorological professionals right here. And of course, look at this. We have Dunkin' Donuts on the plaza, Dunkin' Donuts in the Bahamas, too. Now, let me just introduce you to a couple of our friends from all around the country. This is Sarah Libby. She's from KFLY in Lafayette, Louisiana. Of course, they had Lily back in 2002, absolutely. Right? Yep. And of course, this is Chris Smith. He's from WMAZ in Macon, Georgia. They had Tropical Storm Alberto in '94, and no stunt doubling here. Chris Bailey, of course, from WAKA in Montgomery, Alabama. Opal, you had, remember, that was a tough one. Mike Morrison from KZTV in Corpus Christi. They had Carla in 1964. That's where Dan Rather made his name, by the way. Let's see, we have Brian Norcross. Everyone knows, in fact, more people know Brian Norcross than know the name Andrew in Florida. Andrew, of course, rolled through in '92. Brian worked 23 straight hours for WFOR in Miami, helping out the people of that area. And, of course, he is a local hero. And, of course, Mike Morrison, we have, Robert Reese, excuse me, from WCIA in Champaign, Illinois. Now, I want to know something, buddy. You're in Champaign. I have never heard of a hurricane hitting Champaign.
Rain sometimes.
Yeah, rain sometimes. All right, they got rain there. So all of our CBS friends are here, and it is great to see you. Let's take a look at the maps, see what's going on all around the country, everyone, as we say good day to you from the Bahamas. Looks like sloppy weather along the northeast. It continues to be on the rainy side. A cutoff low slowly working its way off. We are seeing some rain in the southwest. That's going to cool things off. And, of course, in the Rockies, a drop of 50 degrees. It was in the 70s and 80s, and now we're looking at snow on Saturday. Now here's an early look at what's going on in your area.
Good morning. Take a look outside. A beautiful view of blue skies. Pretty much what we're going to be looking at for the next few days. 66 degrees for today with sunny skies. And tonight, not quite as cold as what we had the last couple of nights. Temperatures will stay in the mid-40s with clear skies out there and winds less than 10 miles per hour. And then for your weekend, make your plans to head outside, pushing 70 on Saturday. Sunday in the mid-60s, and more sunshine as we head into next week with a little bit of rain come Thursday.
All right, guys, I'll see you. I got to catch my ride back to the mainland. Take care.
Well, now here's a coincidence. Jerry Manthey was the 9th outcast on Survivor Outback, and last night she became the 9th person to leave the All-Star edition.